Hey guys, how you doing? Hopefully you're having a good week. And I'm here messing around in my newly remodeled room. That's a game room. Um, but I wanted to jump on now that after my eye is healed and I'm able to see, um, because something really bothers me. So now we're going back to the original rant kind of thing that I used to do. And the funny part is this is actually not a rant about how a film is, because it's actually a film I haven't seen yet, but it's a rant about how it's been handled. So let's talk about, or I will talk about, and this isn't going to be popular probably with a lot of people. Not that that's anything new for me. But I spent a lot of money on helping out for Terrifier 2. I really enjoyed the first film. I'm not going to say it was great by any means, but I think that in the world of horror and for the price or for what it cost them to make and the thoughts behind it, I thought they did an excellent job. And I had a chance to meet the guy who played Art Clown and very nice gentleman. Had him sign some things for me here a few years back. And if you can see in the background, you can see that I have a mask of Art, which was an Indiegogo perk. There was supposedly only 5 of them done. That's by the entire cast, except for Felicia Rose, I believe, but by the cast and crew. And I was pretty excited and actually got the very last one. It was just heading towards that finish line when I said, I got to jump in. And had I not got that, I would have gotten something else, I'm sure, because I have been buying some things from the movie. Okay, and I was very excited, and it was kind of pricey. It was one of the top tier type items. But that's kind of where it's brought me back to the fact that Indiegogo should be cut, to a degree, should be shut down. I think it's a great way for some people to have their film or book or whatever come to fruition, but there has to be some rules. Obviously, I've lost money in the past on particularly the short film, believe it or not, that was done in England by Mark. He finished the thing and everything else, did not help out with one single perk, didn't send one single perk out, and completely refuses now to even talk about it. And yet he's made a couple of films since then, and you see him in pictures at the pubs, partying like it's 1999. Just basically, he stole the money. I mean, that's the way it goes. That's the way I look at it. And I realize that Indiegogo in general is not responsible for them to get the perks out. You have to believe in the people. And because of some of the people that were backing him, and a person that I knew that was a producer on that film, that was one reason I backed it. It was called Rats. Which is exactly what people have been saying, because they never got a penny, got anything out of it. But now with Terrifier 2, the budget supposedly was $250,000 according to IMDb, and they've already taken in, just in, what is it, 2 days, $1.5 million. Pretty good profit, and good for them. I think that's great. However, here's where I get really irate, is those of us, there's a lot of us that put money into this film to help make it, right? And it wouldn't exist if it wasn't for the backers, supposedly. And consequently, what he's done is released this movie to a few theaters. Not every theater isn't everybody's taste, right? So here it is out in very selective audiences that are seeing the film right now, right this minute, 2 days, whatever, and supposedly now it's going through the weekend. I've been rebooked for the weekend because it's been so popular and the fans demanded it. Well, the fans ought to be giving a one-finger salute to a degree, because, in fact, I read where some girl goes, well, I've seen it 3 times. Well, good for you. But here's the thing. For the money that I put out, the movie's not playing anywhere even remotely close to where I live, okay? And you can say, well, that's your fault. Well, no, it's not. There's plenty of theaters around here. So there's that, A. And B, the thing is, if you're going to release it to a small group like that, then there should be something for the people who actually supported you. You shouldn't have to wait, because according to the way that it's set up, this isn't going to be released on Blu-ray or DVD until January or end of January, first part of February, something like that, of next year. Okay? So here you've got people talking about it, people giving away what goes on. Everything about this film is out there if you want to find it. And here, bunches of us that have spent their own good money to get this film made can't see it, which is absolutely ridiculous. And I actually have a Blu-ray copy of Terrifier 2 on order from the UK, because they're going to release it this month, okay? And granted, I understand, and there's going to be somebody who's going to, go, yeah, but that's a region B, and it is, which means it won't play on your DVD player, your Blu-ray player, your Xbox, your PlayStation 5. It's not going to work, okay? But long time ago, I'm on my second multi-region, all-region, if you will, Blu-ray player, in fact, a 4K one now, because I'm that kind of person who knows there's movies out there that are from Japan, Australia, the UK, all these places that they're not available here. The latest Dario Argento was available overseas in Italy. I grabbed a copy and have watched it, and it's just now being released. About 3 months ago is when I got it, actually. It's just now being released in the U.S. on one of the streaming services, Shudder, I think. But anyway, to me, what Damon Leone, the maker, the director, the writer of Terrifier 2 has done is basically taken our money and then flipped us off, going, you're not important to me and I don't care. Well, Terrifier 3, which I'm sure will happen from what everybody's saying how great this one is, you're not getting a nickel out of me. In fact, if somebody wanted to buy that mask, hit me up, because I'd sell it. That's just not the way you do things. That's not how you treat the people who put you on the map. Because you can read every day about people who say, oh, well, you know what? I went and met this celebrity and he was a jerk to me and I'll never support him again. Okay, understandable. I get it. Now you see where we're coming from. We put the money out there to have this movie made, and it sounds like it's a really good film. I'm anxious to get my copy to be able to see it. That being said, that's as far as I'll go with it. I'll no longer support these guys whatsoever with that kind of thing, because it's just ridiculous to have to wait to see something that you paid to have made. Okay, well, you can tell I'm hot under the collar a little bit about this, which, from what I'm seeing, which I think is great, I read today saw a YouTube channel that was talking about Halloween Ends, and they were like, oh, it sucked. They hadn't seen it. Okay, they hadn't seen it. They were saying it sucks. Okay, I'm not saying that about Terrifier 2. I'm not saying it sucks. In fact, everything seems to be thumbs up. But what irritated me about this particular channel and saying Halloween Ends sucks is they're using the excuse that it's being released tonight, the same time it is to the theaters. It'll be released tonight on Peacock. So, and they're going, that just proves that it can't be any good. They have no faith in it because it's not going theater only. Welcome to 2022, dudes, and dudette, because you know what? That's what's driving a lot of things down. How many times have you seen people go, I can't wait for it to stream because I'll be at home to do it? How much money, and you can't say because it's going to streaming, it sucks. Marvel seems to be doing just fine with the likes of Loki, She-Hulk. I think She-Hulk, which the final episode popped today, is one of the I loved every minute of it. And yes, sort of a tongue-in-cheek show, you know, more towards humor than anything, but that's okay. That's a different aspect for Marvel. Okay, so you can't say when you haven't seen it that Halloween Ends is going to be a flop and people are going to, you know, I mean, I've already seen reviews and I refuse to read them, but going by what they're saying on the top, you know, to bring you in, what they are saying is that it's very divisive and that some love it and some hate it. Well, I mean, I think that's pretty typical for any movie. That being said, you know, I'm going to hang this up before I get any more pissed about this, but that's just, you don't treat people that way. You wouldn't treat your family that way or your friends, and that's what these people who put the money out to have this movie made did. And so for me, it's like I can't wait to see the film, but then it'll go on the shelf and I won't support Terrifier 3 in any form. And, you know, my stuff's, especially Terrifier stuff, is up for sale. I mean, I'm done. That's not the way you treat us. So anyway, there you go, gang. Feel free to rake me over the coals. That's what I'm here for. But again, I'm not crapping on the movie itself. I'm crapping on the way that it's been delivered to us. All right. Well, anyway, have a good weekend, and sure I'll be on here to give you my opinion of Halloween Ends in the next day or two. And one to check out is Sissy on Shudder. I thought it's long in the beginning, but the payoffs at the end were very, very much worth it. All right, take care, everybody, and I'll talk to you soon.